Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, Dr. Ashandra Batiste understands that one of the biggest obstacles is dental fear. The vision at Elite Dental Wellness is to ensure every patient is treated with respect, ultimate care, patience, and love. Call us today to make an appointment at area code 713-789-8680. Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789.
Hi there, hi you guys. It's your girl Tiffany Noko. Welcome to another episode of hashtag. Follow me on the gram _Tiffany Noko. We have the infamous Miss Chris Yvette in the studio today. It's the two of us. We are missing our third host, Zane. He's out. Y'all go ahead and hit him on the gram, give him some words of encouragement because he's actually studying for his LSAT. But while we are getting ready to roll in the show, we're going to go ahead and let the girl Chris let y'all know where y'all can find her. What's up, Chris?
Hey, ladies, how you feel? Fellas, y'all all right? Welcome to hashtag. It's your girl Chris Yvette. You can find me right here, IG at Chershay_La_Chris. Find me there, as well as my website, www.blackoutofthebox.com. And to the boy Zane, you and me are never fun. I miss you. We miss you. So I just wanted to do that. So welcome.
We really do miss you.
Yeah,
we do miss you on the set. But you guys, how are you guys doing? We definitely thank you for tuning in with us for another day, another week, another episode. We got some, of course, per the usual, as always, we got some really poppin' topics for y'all. But we are going to let you guys know about something that we did over this weekend. It was really fun. So I told y'all, a couple episodes ago that we were going to be involved in a couple of events out of town. We were going to be coming to wreck shop on y'all shit. You feel me? So we were in Austin, but this past weekend we were in Dallas. We were at the Gritznic Festival. It was a lot of fun. Shout out to Urban Events Global. Shout out to Kevin Knight. He's on Instagram at KJ Knight, I think it is. If you just put in Kevin Knight, you'll find him. But shout out to them. Shout out to Gritznic. Shout out to all the performers. Shout out to RC and Grits, who the event was named after. It was a really, really good time. Very exciting neo soul festival hosted out in Dallas at the Longhorn Ballroom. So we had a great time. We thank you guys for having us there on behalf of the Spirit and on behalf of hashtag. So we will definitely, actually, before we can get started into our topics, let's just talk about the experience of being there and about all of the artists and the great performances that we've seen. How did you feel about it, Chris?
It was awesome. Honestly, I felt like I was in my element. I'm very much when it comes to music, I love independent music or just a lot of artists that people aren't necessarily on yet. And just in general, I just love music. Like, seriously, if I was in a past life, I think I would be a musician or something. But it was really dope. I love Tidra Moses. Seeing her, she got out there. She said, yes, baby, I got all the legs and gams for you. And we going to get out here and sing these songs. So shout out to her, as well as Eric Roberson, who I love. He did his thing, Bobby Sessions. Let me tell you, if you do not know who Bobby Sessions is, mark my words, you heard his name today on hashtag, okay? He is like if Dallas had Kendrick Lamar but was a little soulful and like you took him to a chicken shack and maybe gave him a daiquiri. That's him. So check out Bobby Sessions. He's really, really, really dope. The event was just awesome. It was great to see all of the artists perform as well as the vendors that were there. Also, shout out to my cousin, man. He was catering. I didn't even know. That's just how country, that's just how it is. Dallas, Texas. You just run into family and
This
stuff.
is true.
But shout out, like she said, shout out to Kevin. Shout out to RC. Shout out to all of those people that helped the crew, people that helped with the event. Everybody. Just, it was dope.
I had a really good time. I personally really enjoyed it. I thought that the crowd was perfect for the event. Everybody was really enjoying themselves. First of all, shout out to Hennessy, okay? Let me tell y'all something. I'm not a cognac drinker, okay? And, before this weekend, I wasn't the biggest fan of Hennessy. I'll just be honest. But they were one of the sponsors for the event, and the drinks that were mixed were amazing. It was open bar for press and VIP, so we definitely appreciate that. We had some food, and it was really good, so shout out to your cousin again, because I definitely enjoyed that food. But overall, I think that the event was really good. The experience was great. Everybody seemed to mingle. And all of the performers were honestly really, truly great. There was not one person that was like, yo, why are they here? Yeah, all of the bands were great. And it was a very diverse set of artists. You know, it wasn't just like, oh, we have this just one crowd, this one type of music. Although it was, mostly neo-soul music, it was a very diverse crowd of artists. So personally, I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. And let me tell y'all something. Okay? First of all, shout out to my friends who held it down for me and while I was in Dallas, because I've been to Dallas quite a few times before this past weekend, but this weekend was my best experience in Dallas. Like, honestly, had a bad mark on Dallas because all the times that I've gone, I didn't enjoy myself. Not at all. I thought it was boring. I'm like, what is there to do, But I had a really good time, and shout out to that whole little area of Deep Ellum and Just Fried. I went to Just Fried. I had some good shit, so shout out to y'all. Y'all were good, and I appreciate y'all for staying open to 3 a.m. because a bitch like me, when I'm out on the town, I need spots that's going to stay open. I prefer you stay open for 24 hours, but at least until 4 o'clock. So I appreciate y'all for staying open to 3. But it was a good time overall, and Gritznic was great. Also, they should also be bringing that festival back on next year, so definitely be on the lookout for it. Go hit Urban Events Global and again Kevin on Instagram because he has more events coming up. He has a camp coming up in October, which is going to be a lot of fun. So if you haven't been to an Urban Events Global event, I definitely encourage you to go.
Yeah. Definitely go check out his events. They're pretty dope. I've been to a few. Also, real quick, while she tried to low-key down Dallas, and we going to go on and we're going to, go back to that. Shout out Triple D, Dirty Dallas,
wow.
Texas. Holla at your girl.
Triple D.
North Park, what it do? Oak Cliff, Texas, what it do?
No.
Like, yes, all of that. So
Negative.
we just going to have to go back. You know what I'm saying? PG, what up, baby? We going to shout out the whole Dallas real quick. So I just want to say, Dallas, thank you because y'all made me. And, that's always a blast. And, forget them haters. I think Gritznic was the appropriate place. Like, Dallas was the place for Gritznic. I mean, really, it's Dallas' very own for the most part. So
it was Dallas' very own. That's true. It's definitely true.
Yeah, for sure.
And we have a special ending for the show for you guys, and I know that you're really gonna enjoy it because we did an interview. We did one interview at the event at the Gritznic Festival, but we're gonna leave that to surprise to let you know who that was that we interviewed. So stay tuned throughout the show so you can catch that interview at the end because it was a really good interview and we learned a lot about that artist. But as we get ready to transition, we're gonna just roll into what we are talking about today. But just before we can get started to do that, I'm going to inform you on something that's highly important in the world, and I talk about it every single week, and it's important to me because I talk to you guys, okay? And that's your smile, alrighty? Because this portion of the show is sponsored by Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, our vision is to create a welcoming practice that will offer exceptional dental care and a lifetime of dental wellness. We are committed to the finest possible oral care and overall health and well-being of our patients. Elite Dental Wellness is built upon a foundation of integrity, expertise, and service. Through our commitment to modern dentistry, continuing education, and friendly atmosphere, we strive to make our patients feel that they are a part of our family. Dentistry can be scary, daunting, and uncomfortable. Dr. Batiste and her team works tirelessly to ensure your comfort. Make your appointment today with Dr. Ashandra Batiste at Elite Dental Wellness by calling 713-789-8680. You guys, dental health is very important. Please go take care of your teeth, okay? I'm telling you, I encourage you heavily to go take care of your teeth, okay?
Yeah, take care of them teeth, man, unless you want to be walking out the joint with some dentures, fix a dent, all of that. I mean, it's very real, so just watch your teeth.
And teeth don't come in regular sizes these days. You got to get them hoes in large or extra large. They ran out of medium sizes a long time ago. You don't want the small because that's the cheek lace special.
Oh, no. Oh, no, not the Nene Leaks, girl. Nobody wants that. I'll hit this joint looking like a straight burro, looking donkey fresh. I don't think anybody wants them teeth, but it is what it is. Let's roll in. What we talking about today?
So what we're talking about, this is I was not surprised when I heard this, okay? Because I am a child. Well, I'm not a child, but I was a child who grew up on this, okay? So just recently, the Sesame Street's former writer, Mark Saltzman, came out and talked about the show Sesame Street and basically confirmed what we all knew. And mind you, this show came out in 1969, so I can understand the hiding of such a controversial character. Also, it being a cartoon show, I definitely understand it. But he recently came out, did an interview, and basically confirmed that Ernie and Bert are a gay couple. Now, if you've watched this show and you followed Sesame Street, you know this, okay? It just was never confirmed by the writers. So people are kind of like, there's a different mix-up about it, okay? We have some people who are like, this is outrageous. Like, why would you introduce a gay couple to a children's cartoon? You're poisoning their minds, yada, yada. And then we have some people who are kind of like myself, like, we already knew this. So I just want to know what you guys think about it. And more importantly, I want to know what Chris thinks about it.
Look, I'm just going to make this plain and simple, okay? I low-key want to take these glasses off, okay? Excuse my face today, guys. Just letting you know, okay? She worked all day. However, this is the point. Everybody knew that these niggas was gay. They some old queens. How many men do you know live together wearing some real starchy pants and shirts that are almost identical, and yet they have no other real friends? Like, it's just like them and their house, and they live in their life and all of that. Like, I don't know. To me, this is pretty no. But to go back to what Tiff said about why, I was going to say niggas. I'm trying to be working on it. Why people are tripping about it, I don't understand. There's violence on TV. There's so many other things. Society's already desensitized already by all the other bullshit that's on TV. So I don't understand how having two happy Muppets living their life. They've been living their life since 1969, just sitting there popping popcorn together and probably watching Netflix now since we are in that time. They're living their best life out here. Leave them alone. It's so many other things worse. I mean, honestly, kids watch First 48. Niggas out here murking each other every day.
True.
I'm just saying that I don't see the problem. Let Bert and Ernie live they Muppet life. I don't know.
Well, I feel this way about it. I personally listen. Because I have little kids around me all the time. I have a niece and a nephew. I have friends who have little kids. I was dating someone with small children. So, I very heavily monitor the cartoons that they watch, okay? Now, I can tell you from watching a lot of cartoons over the past couple of years, shit is just wild these days, okay? Shit's wild. When I grew up in an era of where I watched SpongeBob, okay?
Girl,
SpongeBob,
that was bad too,
SpongeBob, no.
SpongeBob had a lot of like little innuendo in there.
This is true.
Girl.
SpongeBob was subtle with they bullshit back when I grew up on it, like back in like those like fresh 90s episodes, like 93 and shit. They were subtle with the bullshit. Now the bullshit was there, but it was very subtle. Yes, but these days, the only episode I ever we're not gonna get into that, but there was the cussing episode that I remember on SpongeBob that was with the shit. But like, and it's not even just that. I'm just using that as an example. But cartoons these days are so wild. They're so just like out there. They're so well beyond their time of teaching kids these things. And it's like, from some standpoint of, I guess, living in this day and time, it's like, I understand for you to introduce you want to like, kind of introduce children to the way that the world works today. I get it. But at the same time, it's like, I do feel like you're kind of invading their innocence. I feel like, I just feel like in a cartoon, there's some things that should not be put out. Now, getting into Sesame Street, the way that the characters are portrayed, for me, I understand it because I'm an adult. But when I was a kid, I didn't understand it. So I just personally feel like I don't have a problem with Bert and Ernie for Sesame Street. For I haven't watched any recent shows. I don't even know if they have recent shows because this show, again, came out in 1969. Mm-hmm. But I have no problem with it because as a child, I couldn't identify that, they may be a gay couple. I just thought that they were friends. But I do have an issue, and that's for another conversation, with the like modern day cartoons, because they make it's not subliminal. It's not I have to figure it out. It's not I'll understand it when I get a little older. It's right in your face. Like I watched a cartoon maybe like a year or so ago, and this is when I was dealing with my ex's kids. They had a gay character in there, like boys kissing boys. I just personally felt like I wouldn't want my kids to watch that.
Lord,
that's just
people.
Me, because I feel like I don't want their innocence to be invaded, and I don't want them to come to me and ask me these questions that I don't feel like are appropriate for me to answer for them being that age.
I respect your opinion. However, it is so much shit out here that, to me, I feel like black people, let's get off our high horse about sexuality. Seriously, it's goddamn 2018. It is so much other shit out there that, I mean, really, come on. It's badass kids out here whooping adults' asses.
But no.
I'm just saying, like, in regular day-to-day, not even with the media influence, it's so many other things that they see every day in everyday life that they encounter, people as well, that are bad influences. I don't think cartoon... Hell, if y'all want to watch a good cartoon, watch Steven Universe. And Steven Universe does show a lot... I'm a dork. By the way, Steven Universe is pretty dope. But
that is.
It's really good. It's
I
on
like
Cartoon Network.
I watch a lot
really good.
I watch a lot of Cartoon Network and Adult Swim. I'm an Adult Swim lover. I love all that shit, okay? Except for that anime shit. I can't get into that. But just to interject to you, it's not just about like the sexuality. For me, it's the overall picture of it, because I also don't want them watching things that talk about just like excessive violence. I don't want them to watch that either in a cartoon.
But Tiff, that's life though. I just feel like shit. I'm gonna be very real. Y'all got me over here upset. Power. These kids is watching freaking Power. My niece watched Insecure, and mind you, I know my niece is a little older, but
they
shit, I'm still
Insecure.
mad, and they are fucking with no condoms.
I'm
just
saying,
that. They really raw dogging it like on this show.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, it's just so much shit going on that influences a child in their perception of the world, and these things that influence them to be an adult. And honestly, I feel like some bullshit like that in a cartoon ain't shit. Like That's minute compared to niggas over here. Yeah, I done fucked this girl. You want to see it? Cool. Like, I feel like that's going to have more of an impact than these cartoons that these badass kids nowadays ain't watching. But real quick, I just want to shout out some people on Facebook Live. La Webster, I see you. And Clinton, I see you too. So shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for watching and tuning in to hashtag, because we are crazy. And we talking a lot of shit about this cartoon stuff, and it's getting me very upset as somebody who's a passionate cartoon watcher. Okay, and I do agree. Like, seriously, like, I watch Adult Swim as well. Like, Afro Samurai. I used to really be in the anime.
I haven't really got into that one because it's more
what?
on the anime side. But I watch all. You know what? I've kind of gotten off of Family Guy. Family Guy used to be one of my favorite shows, but I kind of got. I don't like the newer episodes, but I fuck with the old episodes. I watch Cleveland Show faithfully. I watch American Dad. I'm off of Boondocks. Bob's Burgers. I watch all that shit. Like, I am. What is the other chicken? What is
Robot
it?
Chicken.
Robot Chicken. I was gonna say Chicken Little. I like Chicken Little too, but Robot Chicken. I watch all of that because it's fucking funny, dog. It's funny.
It's pretty funny. And like, I don't know, like I said, I'm a little into anime. I like Cowboy Bebop and shit like that. I'm a little square. And Samurai Jack, they need to bring that back one more time. They brought it back already, but that's neither here nor there. We ain't gonna talk about cartoons. But what I do want to say to Facebook, thank you for tuning in to this little snippet of hashtag. What you need to do, though, if you want to keep watching and listening, you should do just like the listeners that we have on iTunes. Hello, hey, how y'all doing?
Hey.
As well as on Stitcher, Google Play. Hell, we everywhere.
We
you
on
should be there too.
SoundCloud. We on Spotify.
Absolutely.
Fuck with us.
Yes. So Facebook Live, we ask that you subscribe to our show on all the major platforms, including iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. Review our show in iTunes with constructive feedback. Share this Facebook Live post and the entire show with your family and friends, as well as donate to our mission to bring enriched and inspiring content each and every week. You can donate at www.thesphere.tv/donate. And also, one more thing before we just cut this off, we have an interview that I wish we had time for y'all to see it on Facebook, but you're gonna have to like go to one of our channels where we're subscribed at, one of the places where we are, to actually take a look or listen to the interview. We have an interview with RC and the Grits. It's pretty dope. So we learn about basically who he is, where he came from, how he got with Erica, just everything, and just about the event. So y'all should check that out. So hurry up and subscribe. Thank y'all.
Yes, go and subscribe, you guys, and Facebook, and all of our followers from different countries. We appreciate you guys, everybody that is going to listen to the show on our different platforms, especially iTunes, because I know most people are iPhone users, and most people subscribe on iTunes. We appreciate you guys, but I fuck with Spotify. I pay for Spotify. That's how much I fuck with them. And all of our people that are on Spotify too, that are going to go listen to us, for Android users.
Not too much.
For our Android users who like Spotify, because we know y'all niggas ain't got iTunes, you know what I'm saying? But we want to teach you guys about money management and how you can save some money, because you want to know what? The holidays are coming around, and you're going to need these tips for all of the family members, for all of the friends, for the kids, the loved ones, the side chicks or side dudes that you may have. You're going to need this advice on how to increase your money flow, okay? Because this portion of the show is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. Did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33%, or more than 77 million of Americans, don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month. And 39% of adults say they don't have enough savings. Don't become one of these statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today at 844-700-4463 or email us at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask us how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston housewives of finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services.
Dang, that's true.
This is very true, you guys. And again, go get your money up, okay? Go just for sake of your own comfort, go get your money up, okay? Now, we're going to get ready to talk about another topic that actually was pretty interesting to me, because I personally I adore one of these persons, but I absolutely love the other person, okay? And that is the Cat Williams and Tiffany Haddish topic, okay? So originally, it was Cat Williams versus Tiffany Haddish, but we've kind of cleared that up, so we're going to get to that here in just a second. But Cat Williams was doing an interview on Atlanta radio station V103. Now, the very first thing to address with this interview was him roasting the shit out of Wanda Smith, who is a host on the morning show for V103. And that's, again, out of Atlanta. Now, however, I don't feel bad for Wanda. I don't feel bad for Wanda because Wanda tried to comfort Cat, but what she did not realize, and I don't know how, is that Cat is much funnier than you, and he's going to get you before you get him. She tried to comfort him by talking about his hair. She tried to do that.
It's not even that he's funnier. The nigga, look here. I'm a roasting professional, okay? I'm a part of the elite members of roasting. So us at EMR, you know what I'm saying? Like, we not going to play. Like, we're going to take you and we're going to go for blood and we going to go for everything and don't give a damn. And, I mean, Wanda, yes, she is a comedian, just like Cat Williams is a comedian. But the thing that made me mad was her sorry-ass read. I always feel like women always want to dig and go for a man, like the low blow with a man and his sexuality. Oh, sis, your hair, sis. Bitch, that's all you got. That's all you got. This nigga said people can hear your weight over the radio. Like, that is funny to me. Like, yes, nigga, roast. I just wanted to just kept putting him into the fire and just let the embers flow. This nigga fried the shit out of her.
I love Cat Williams. He's fucking funny, bro. Cat Williams has one of my favorite fucking stand-ups, and that's the one of him not in the green suit, but him with the big-ass belt buckle, okay? That Pimp Chronicles. I used to watch Pimp Chronicles every single day. Every day when it first came out. I know that bitch verbatim. I love him. He is hilarious. He is hilarious. I'm just like, when nobody say Cat Williams has some of my favorite fucking comedic stand-up lines ever in the history of ever. And that rolls us into our next next portion of this topic, which is his beef. Well, it's not a beef, but
he was wrong.
But people, okay. So here's what happened, right?
He was
wrong. Cat Williams, again on this interview, he had a question that was brought up about Tiffany Haddish, because we know that over yesterday the Emmys debuted, and both of them won an enemy. They both.
Sorry,
I was drinking before I got here. Boop. Shout out to IPA Beers, because I love beers, and y'all follow me on Instagram at _Tiffany.com and get y'all beer of the motherfucking week every time. I'll let y'all know where to find that hot shit. But anywho, they both won an Emmy yesterday. And so with that came the conversation of him being asked about how he felt about Tiffany Haddish, right? And so in that interview, he said that Tiffany Haddish had improved herself as a true comedian because she hasn't done a stand-up tour around the world. And because of that, she has improved herself. And we can't quote our favorite Tiffany Haddish line that she's actually wrote herself. He says, and he goes on to say, that we all think that Tiffany Haddish is funny because she gave us Girls Trip, but we failed to realize that Girls Trip was a script wrote for her and not something that she actually came up with herself.
Oh my God.
So
This nigga Cat Williams.
we do have a back end to that too. But before I get into that back end, and before we get ready to just wrap up the show so we can introduce this wonderful interview to you guys we had over this weekend, I want to know what you think about just that part of it itself.
Oh, that's easy, girl. First of all, Cat Williams, you're salty. First of all, stop fucking hating. I feel like, yes, it's a script. Just like when your ass is in the movie, you got a goddamn script. So don't sit here and try to call out people for writing abilities in the script. Talking about, I'm a writer.
See, that's the thing,
but that's bullshit. Because at the end of the day, like first of all, just because niggas feel like they can spit random statistics and facts doesn't make it true. Who's fact checking this? Anyone fact checking this? Because I mean, Charlamagne said it best, and I mean, I know this as well, just because I've done my research. I mean, you talking about you had the most shows, like as far as recorded stand-up shows. There's George Carlin. There's all these other comedians, Richard Pryor, who have numbers and who have done
Eddie Murphy
raw.
Bro.
Eddie Murphy
Bro.
raw. Like
Bro.
bruh, I feel like niggas nowadays, because of the world we live in, feel like they can just say whatever the fuck, and then it's like, oh, nobody's gonna fact check this. We're just gonna take it as word because it sounds good. So I feel like at the end of the day, he was hating. There's nothing you can say. Yes, we have the Melanie Camachos, we have the Lunels. We have all of,
Lunel.
I do too. She's funny as shit. We have people like that. We have some more. But at the end of the day, you cannot put them in that role to where it's funny. And I mean, let's just be real. Tiffany Haddish is perfect for this generation, and this is her time. Everybody has their time. This is her time. She's youthful. The bitch is funny. She's pretty. And then you want to bring up, oh, is she light skinned? Tiffany Haddish ain't even light skinned.
She not light skinned
Like,
at all.
nigga, Cat Williams have
She's
a seat.
a bit darker than him, actually.
Girl, Cat Williams, take your Emmy. Good job, because I loved you as Gator Man on Atlanta. Take your Emmy. Go on, roll you a J, and get some nice yak. You 50. That's what y'all like to do. Get you a yak and a blunt.
And come
go
up
have
with some
a
more
seat.
jokes about that too.
Have
I
a
want you to come
goddamn
up with
seat.
some high jokes about that, because I'm sorry.
I'm upset.
I love that stand. But okay, so here's the thing. I personally feel like, I feel like he was factually incorrect to say that she hasn't done a stand up with her own jokes, because she was on Def Comedy Jam doing stand up then. Now, was it popular? No, because that's when she was first starting out. So that's expected, We didn't know about when you were at Def Comedy Jam is definitely a big platform. Do not get me wrong. For a comedian, that's a very big platform. Now, to say that it has gotten all of the push and not publicity, but advertisement that it deserves for these artists that are coming up, it hasn't. So it's fair to say that's why people didn't know about her before she started blowing up and getting onto TV shows and movies and things of that nature. But I can also piggyback, well, not piggyback, but I can pinpoint. We didn't know who Cat Williams was until Friday after next.
I sure didn't.
Because that pimp role that he had in Friday after next, that's what really made him famous. He was infamous for that role alone, and that's when a lot of his fan base, now not to say that he didn't have a fan base before that, but that's when he became, that's when he was able to sell out arenas, is basically what I'm trying to say. Because before that, you didn't, I can guarantee, if we go back to the stats and we get factual information, you didn't have that audience before then that you had after.
No.
So I can't say that, it's fair for him to say that, oh, well, she hasn't given us jokes of her own. I don't feel like that's fair. And I do feel like, in a sense, he was hating. Now, I can also understand from a creative standpoint how you can feel that way. I try to think in the space of a creative person, because at this particular moment in my life, I'm putting in the fucking work. You feel me? So I feel like for someone that when I look at them, I feel like, okay, you didn't put in the work, you just kind of popped. For me, I understand how you can feel some type of way about it, because it's like, where were you digging the fucking trench or building the bridge to get on the other side when I was doing it, and you kind of just like air balloon to where I am now. So I can understand both sides of it, but for Tiffany Haddish, I do feel like, again, he was factually incorrect, because that's not how it happened. She had been doing stand-up long before she got to where she is now. So I feel like, don't don't tear her down, give her credit, you know, and help her build up. And it's great to see a female black comedian out here like winning Emmys and starting their own movies and doing their own shows and being that bitch, you know. And that kind of, and I know it's like a lot of hate coming toward her because we felt the same thing with Tracy Morgan earlier in the year. So, you know, stop, give her some space to just enjoy her platform and do what it is that she loves to do, because she is bringing people laughs and she is being an inspiration for other women, especially black women, because we already know that we have it harder trying to come up in the entertainment world. Just give her that space and that platform to shine and to show other women that it's possible to do it too, other women and other black women first and foremost, that it's possible too. So, you know, I disagree with him on those comments, but I still love and adore Cat Williams. Now, on the back end of that, I just want to mention before we get ready to go ahead and close out the show and give you this amazing interview, he did on TMZ apologize for mentioning, and I don't even know where this came in at Wanda. He said Wanda Sykes. We all know who Wanda Sykes is, but apparently he mentioned her too. I didn't hear that in the interview, but he apologized for mentioning both Tiffany Haddish and Wanda Sykes, and he says that he's sorry for doing so.
Girl, good night. I have nothing to say about Cat. You know, I'm not a boy Damon Williams. I just can't. Just have a seat with your 8 kids. Try not to get in jail no time soon. Don't get arrested, and just live your best life. I mean, I have no problem with him personally. I just want him to relax. And like you said, I'm just tired of niggas going on Tiffany Haddish. Everybody has their time to pop. People come out of literally fucking nowhere.
That's true.
And pop all the time. This is the society we live in. It's a microwave society. Niggas just gonna pop. Hey, I'm here. Famous.
But that's on the back end of what and that's back on the back end of what I mentioned before in the earlier show when we had our guest on Shut Me Out. It looks that way. It always looks that way. It looks like I popped overnight, but we don't always see the back end of the work that people are putting in. So salute to them people, because you don't know how much work they put in to get to where they actually are. So stop trying to drag people down and say, oh, you just kind of pop. And we know, and here's the other thing to that too. We know the niggas that just pop because they have no longevity. Those one-hit wonders that you see kind of like come up and they are at the peak of their fucking career and then all of a sudden they go off the radar, we know who just popped and who put in the work. So don't hate on the people that just pop. Let them have their 15 minutes of fame. You go on about your business, keep putting in that work, because you're going to understand what it is to have longevity and actually work for it and build those relationships and do what the fuck it is that you need to do to get to where you see yourself or where you want to be. And those people who just came up off of the moment, you're gonna tell the difference.
Yep. And you know who didn't just pop, but who been around? It seemed like they just popped, but they been around. The Sphere TV been around for a minute. We ain't just pop or just show up out anywhere. So this portion of the show is sponsored by the Sphere. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at the Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Oh, and Spotify. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States, as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv.
Alrighty, you guys. First of all, I just want to say that I'm giving y'all all the fresh face, okay? No foundation, no eyelashes, no eyeshadow, nothing but a lip for y'all today, okay? It was not intentional. Yeah. Well, it's not. But accept me as who I am, okay? But with that being said, that was all that we had for you guys today. But what we want you guys to do is subscribe to the show, okay? And we want you guys to stay tuned, because although, you know, Chris and I are signing off, so to speak, we are actually not, because we have that wonderful interview that we were talking about to you guys earlier in the show for the festival that we covered this weekend, Gritznic. We did a interview with RC, who is RC of the Grits, who the show was actually named after. We learned a lot of things about him. We learned some things about Miss Erykah Badu, who he has worked with for several years. Also, Kirk Franklin. We're going to tell you which video you can find him in so you can get more of a visual representation of his work. But we definitely want you guys to tune in, continue watching us, and go ahead and watch that interview. And also, subscribe to the show on all the platforms that we announced to you guys. Follow us on our social media platforms so you can let us know of any questions, any comments, any rebuttals, any arguments y'all want to pick, because y'all know I'm here for the shit. And go ahead and follow the show itself on Twitter, and that's at Spear TV hashtag on Twitter. Spear TV hashtag. Follow us, add us, mention us. We got y'all.
And also, we're on Facebook. If you pull up the Sphere Podcast Network, we're also on Facebook. Check us out there, as well as on Instagram at the Sphere TV. But definitely, R.C. Williams, thank you so much. I mean, Grammy Award winning music director for the love of my life that she doesn't know about, Erykah Badu. Shout you out so much.
Erykah.
I mean, damn it, R.C. Williams, goddamn noobs. He's that dude. Definitely check him out. And I hope you guys like the interview. Also, check us out on IG, me and Tiff at our handles.
For sure.
Yeah. So check us out. Shay La Chris, Tiffany Noko. We out.
Okay, so signing off for you guys. Go ahead and hit me on the gram _Tiffany Noko. Check out my website, TiffanyNoko.com. We appreciate y'all. We love you guys. Make sure that you subscribe and stay tuned for the interview. But we're going to catch y'all on next week. All right?
Bye, guys.
Alrighty, hi you guys. So this is hashtag, you know who it is. It's your girl Tiffany Noko. We're coming at you live, okay? We are at the Gritznic in Dallas at the Longhorn Ballroom. We do have the gang war here, okay? You know what I'm saying? So we have RC of RC and the Grits, who just came off of the stage. He did a amazing performance, and we're gonna ask him a couple of questions, you know? Don't be too afraid. We're nice. We play nice, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started with our interview. And first question is coming to you by our very own Chris.
Hey, what's up? You know it's your girl, Chris Yvette. Holla at me, IG, Shay_La_Chris. I'm here with RC. How you doing?
Doing great. You know, it's been a long day, you know, and it's just getting higher and higher.
Okay, brethren.
Yeah, I'm doing awesome.
Great. You know what? I have to tell you, you definitely fam now. After you and I done had an exchange, so you fam now.
Of course, you know what I'm saying? I spread the love, man.
Oh, okay. So, first question I have for you. I'm very familiar with you guys. I've been to Profit Bar a few times. So tell me a little bit about your relationship with them, because y'all always seem to every time I'm in Dallas, it's like y'all, that's where y'all at. That's y'all spot. So.
Oh yeah, the Profit Bar. You know, I started this jam session probably way back in 2006, 2007. So it's almost been 13 years in November. Every Wednesday night, rain, sleet, snow, you're gonna hear some music at the Profit Bar. You know, hosted by RC and the Grits. I've been touring, you know, around the world. Kirk Franklin. Erykah Badu, Snoop Dogg, but I got the inspiration to start my own jam session, you know, early 2000s touring with Erykah Badu. We would be in Philly and at the Fire Spot. I mean, maybe it was Atlanta, you know, and they got the Apache and different spots where all the musicians would be, you know what I'm saying, from that city that was touring musicians and, you know, artists. So it's when I get out this tour, we're gonna start a Wednesday, you know, whatever night we chose Wednesday, where we can invite all the musicians and, you know, just give the artists a platform to do their thing. So,
right.
You know, it started small, you know what I mean, and you know, I would bring in artists that I toured with. My first artist that I brought in 2007 was Bilal. And so, and you know, of course, Erykah Badu has been there, and I had Mos Def, Talib Kweli, Anthony Hamilton has been there. Scott, I mean, you know, everybody I've been on the road with. Eric Roberson, of course, who's here tonight. Yeah, so, and so Gritznic is what I always wanted to do. You know, just a bigger version of a jam session. You know what I'm saying? Curated by, the Grits, which we do on every Wednesday night, and we play for a lot of the artists. So anybody wants the city to see, like, you know, these musicians and artists here are great. So it's all about the platform, and that's what we do. We jam out. Yeah.
Okay, he said we jam out. You know, I have another question for you. I'll just, pum, pum, pum. That's what we do. A hashtag. Next question for you. Why the Grits? Why is it the Grits?
Okay, so to take you back, like, you know, we were just like, we weren't even thinking about being a band back then, because, you know, we were on tour with Erykah Badu and different artists. So when we get out tour, we would just like, you know, I would just get gigs, you know what I mean? Like, yo, we're gonna play this Friday night, whatever. And I remember we used to play this spot in Addison way back, you know what I mean? It used to be called Maxwell. So we used to do
Maxwell.
Yeah, we used to do the Friday night, whatever it was. Francis J, who was here tonight, she used to be DJing on patio. And like, you know, every week they would hire us, and it'd be like RC and Friends or whatever. But then it's like, they kept saying, like, y'all ain't got no name, you know what I'm saying? It's like, we weren't even at that stage yet.
Right.
So between the band members, at that time it was Spud, Braylon, which is the bass player, and Claudia Melton, the vocalist, and myself. So we kind of just like, man, we got to come up with a name. And so from there, coming up with a name, and we kept going through a whole bunch of stuff. And at first it was the Grits, just the Grits. Mm-hmm. And, you know what I'm saying? Then later in the years, and we started trying to, you know, make records, it was like, yo, they suggested like, maybe we should be RC and the Grits. So, you know, that's when we started making records. And so everybody agreed on the Grits and just said we'll put a Z at the end. Maybe it was Claudia, and she might have came up with the Grits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think it probably was. It was, you know, it was a while back, but yeah.
Okay, that's really dope. Like Frankie Beverly featuring Maze at Maze. Yeah. So, you know, that's a good little step to follow. And then another thing I just want to say to you as well before I pass it to Zane. Okay. Y'all was jamming on that Tiny Desk concert though.
Oh, so you saw that?
Oh, yes indeed. All right. When I tell you, y'all was doing y'all thing on that Tiny. First of all, I'm a big fan of the whole series with NPR and Tiny Desk. Okay. But y'all really. Look here, I seen you. You was on them keys. Oh, yeah. Oh, you was doing your thing on them keys. So I just wanted to let you know that for sure. So, yeah, no problem. Here you go, Zane.
Yeah, finally got the mic. I've been trying to talk all night, but no, you good.
I'm really excited about this.
Yeah. No, definitely. I'm excited too. It's a cool ass event for real. But yeah, my first question for you is, how'd you link up with Erykah? You know, so you kind of briefly talked about it a little bit, but more detail.
Man, how did I link up with Erykah? At the time, I was still playing I was a part of God's Property with Kirk Franklin, so I was still, you know what I'm saying, doing that. Yeah, I was, my career kind of, you know, started back in 1996. I was like 1996.
Born in 96.
Huh?
Born in 96.
You see the age? You see that I'm 40, so you see the age difference. I'm 40, you know what I mean? So 1996, I was getting ready to go to the University of North Texas, but doing music. And, I was in God's Property, and which is all of us, like, we all still affiliated, like Myron Butler that performed today. So, you know, we did a record, you know what I mean? Like, we were young, and, we did the God's Property record, so it was like, I started touring with, you know, Kirk because we did the Stump song, and I remember walking around, you know, North Texas. I had my, you know, backpack and shit. I'm walking towards the Union. This girl was like, yo, I just saw you on BET. And I was like, nah, I ain't never been to BET. You ain't saw me on BET. Like, you know, she's like, no, you was like in this Kirk Franklin and God's Property song Stump, and, you know, Salt and Pepper was in the video, and I was like, man, I did record a video. I thought I was gonna be on a church video station or something like that. So, man, I didn't even go to class no more that day. I went straight to my dorm. Yeah, I had to see that, you know what I mean? Kerr Hall, I was staying in Kerr Hall in North Texas. So I was like, I went to class. I forgot who it used to be, man. It was so long ago. This was late 90s. And when I saw that video come on BET, I was just like, what the hell is going on?
I can point you out with this video.
Oh, I'm all over that video. Yeah, so I started, you know, long story short, you know, God's Property blew up.
Right.
Stone, we started touring all over the world. We were kids. The irony thing of it is, you know, I remember being at the Grammys in 1997. We won a Grammy for that God's Property record. And I remember us performing at the Grammys, and I remember maybe it was the Grammys or the Soul Training where we did both, but I remember Erykah Badu was hosting it. She was pregnant. It was like 1997, maybe 96. And Kirk Franklin knew all of them because, you know, he was already big. You know, he had the family, so he knew Snoop. So long story short, we was sitting in there in the audience at the rehearsal, and like Kirk brought over like Snoop and Puffy. You know, we kids. We was like, oh shit, that's fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like they like give me like, yo, y'all are dope and all this type of stuff. And you know, I met Erykah Badu and I met like Stevie backstage. Like I said, me and Sean Martin, who's about to go on, we both play, you know, God's Property. We sat on the piano with Stevie backstage over the Soul Train Awards or the Grammys before he performed that year. And I met Erykah. I got a picture with her. And every time I show her that picture, you know what I'm saying, she be like, I was like, yeah, I took a picture of you, you know, 1997. Long story short, the irony of it is, you know, later, I'm Erykah Badu's music director, and I play with Snoop, and I've been on tour with Puffy and all this, and they don't, you know, they don't have no idea until I show them, like, yo, I was like, with y'all way back in 1997, but y'all don't, you know. So, you know, I got with Erykah in 1999. After that, Sean Martin was playing with her, and the story, one time, Kirk Franklin, we were playing for both. You know, he was playing for both. He was playing with Erykah Badu and Kirk. So one gig he couldn't do with Erykah. So Gino Young, who performed tonight, he was Erykah Badu's MD at the time. So they called me in to sub that one show. So ever since that one show, I've been in the band. You know, she called me. After that, we did the Mama's Gun record. You know, with all of us. We were Count Wisdom then. You know, as a group. You know what I mean. Then it became Netta Stella. You know what I mean. So I've been touring Erykah since about '99. Okay. And then Worldwide Underground, and that's when I started producing for her. I produced Danger, and just so you know, now I'm a music director. So I've been with Erykah the longest. Probably Snoop after that, and then you know God's Property.
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope for sure. Nah, I got one more question for you. It's kind of cliche. You've been in the music game for a little minute.
Oh yeah.
So like, what's keeping you motivated? Like, you know, I feel like you can get burnt out real quick.
Man, just like for me, I mean, I've been blessed to travel the whole world almost, and I've been on stage with some of the greatest, you know, some of my heroes and some of the up and coming artists, and so it's like my passion now is like my Wednesday night, I see a whole new generation show up on Wednesdays, and like, you know, I went to UNT, so all the young musicians, so it's like I've seen so many generations since I started the jam session, you know, come and like grow and be exposed to this, you know, and become like huge, you know what I mean? Snarky Puppy, Leon Bridges, and it's like a whole bunch of this whole new generation now, and they inspire me. I mean, I was like, wow, I love to hear them play on Wednesdays and just to see the talent. And I'll be like, man, that's what they used to say about me when I was like 17, 18, 19. And it's just like, it's genuine now, and because they're exposed to, you know, they got more. They got like, they can do videos and everything. Like, we didn't have that, you know what I mean? We had to really hustle, but it's like they actually using it, you know what I mean? They taking advantage of the YouTubes and you know, the Instagrams and making videos. If we'd have had that would have been awesome back in the day. But that's why I like it. But they just not letting it, you know, they actually like taking advantage of it. Right. You know what I mean? What? These dudes, these 18-year-olds be having like 2 million, 3 million followers. Right. 400 million followers and stuff. Yeah, so, you know, that's what inspired me, music, you know, and I mean, I'ma always be learning, you know what I mean, when it comes to music. I don't care if it's from a young musician or from the old greats, you know what I'm saying, because you ain't gonna never know all the music, you know. But I play from my experiences, you know what I'm saying. I'm never trying to be like the fastest keyboard player no more. I play from feeling it, and so much I've been through, you know what I'm saying. I just express myself differently, you know what I'm saying. So I've grown so much, but that's what it is. Oh, what? Yeah, seriously.
You have to keep up with the times. So for you, it's really good, you know, because you started in the 90s.
Yeah.
Music, I wouldn't say that music now is not, I wouldn't say that it's not legit, because we do have some very good artists. You know, we have some that talk about nonsense, but you had that back in the day too, you know. But for you, you're kind of in between the eras, you know. So you have like the best of both worlds, because you got that 90s, you know, that feel. but then you also got like what's new and what is transitioning to. So you know, you laced up, for sure. But we have asked our questions. We want to thank you for allowing us to interview you. It's been great. We've learned some things that we didn't know about RC, which is awesome, and the Grits. But again, thank you so much for doing the interview. And we're actually going to close out. You guys, to see this interview, the full session, definitely tune into the show this coming Tuesday, episode 59. We're going to let you know how our experience was. And this is hashtag. Thank you guys. Gang, gang. Bye.
I gotta go back to work. Thank you guys.
I seen y'all play with Bilal while the nigga was on somebody's dope with a profit bar. But that was y'all did